Hi, so today we're going to be covering a topic that kind of matches my channel name, pi and circles. So with that, let's begin. So this is a circle, which I hope you know. If you don't, maybe work on your knowledge of shapes or something. The distance from the circle line art to the center point inside the circle is called the radius. It's this line and can be on any side as long as it's going to the center and is a straight line. It's usually represented as r. Now, a line straight across the circle is called the diameter. It's sometimes represented as 2r, as it's twice the radius. This is what it looks like. Just like the radius, it can come from any direction. So yeah, look at the radius and diameter is pretty closely connected. Now, the length of the circle line art is called the circumference. I'll explain how you get it later. For right now, just know it's the length of the line art if it was cut somewhere and spread out, kind of like this. Now, the last term is area. Just like in all the other shapes, the area is just what's inside the circle, like this blank space. And don't you dare turn that into a Taylor Swift reference. So now, what's pi? You know, the thing that's in my channel picture? So this is what it looks like. I'm afraid to say it doesn't look like a pi because mathematicians don't want to make things easy to remember. It's spelled without the E, by the way. So pi is equivalent to the circumference of a circle over its diameter, which gives it the value of roughly 3.14. People have entire memorizing games built over pi, and even Google made one in the calculator section, so feel free to check out those. However, most people are just going to ask for the 3.14 or the symbol pi. So, how do you get the circumference of a value? Usually you'll be given the radius or diameter in these types of problems, and you would do 2r, aka the diameter of 2 times the radius multiplied against pi, or 3.14. And for the area, kind of similar, except here, instead of multiplying the radius by 2, we're squaring it. So basically, we're doing r squared instead of turning it into the diameter. Then we multiply that value by pi. See these two equations? I really hope you can see it. If you can't and you're not visually impaired, maybe turn up your brightness or something. That's kind of weird. Alright, cool. So let's try an example now. So, take this circle. As a radius of 3, and this imaginary person, the same person who buys like 30 apples in your kindergarten math problems, wants to know the size of a specific apple. Somehow this apple is a perfect circle, because, math just works like that. So, for the circumference, we need to do 3 times 2, as 2r is that same equation in this case. Then multiply by pi. So that would be 6 pi, or an 18.84 for an approximate value of 6 times 3.14. Oh, by the way, we're using an approximate value because the digits of pi are rational, meaning they're infinite with no obvious pattern. For the area, we're going to do 3 to the power of 2 because it's the radius to the power of 2, getting us to 9. Then we multiply that by pi. So the answer would be 9 pi, or roughly 28.26. Alright, cool. That's our lesson in circles. Thanks for